This is Randy Bell with the Courier podcast, the place to come for the latest Clinton news. For the second time in just over a year, the city of Clinton is in the market for an economic development director. Daniel Lang resigned to take a similar position with more pay in Flowood. And that's becoming a familiar refrain in Clinton. Department heads leaving for higher-paying positions in other cities, state government, or private business. Lang is the third department head to resign since July, following in the footsteps of former Parks and Recreation Director Adam Wade and former Communications and Tourism Director Amanda Jones. Wade took a position at the Baptist Healthplex in Clinton, and Jones now works for Continental Tire.
While Daniel was happy here, he was offered significantly more money.
Mayor Phil Fisher.
It was too good a deal for him to pass. I told him, I said, man, you need to jump on this. I don't want to hold anybody back. And so I wish him the best, and I know he's going to do well.
Lang said in an email, I have enjoyed working with business leaders, fellow colleagues, and outstanding citizens to promote and enhance Clinton for many years to come. I believe we're on the right trajectory for exponential growth for the city with projects like the Mississippi College Project, Hampstead Boulevard, and more quality of life opportunities coming to Old Town. Lang had served in Clinton since October of 2021. The previous economic development director resigned in August of 2021 after almost 2.5 years on the job. Fisher said all of the department heads who have left this summer did so for at least a $20,000 increase in salary. The mayor said the issue is money. Alderwoman Ricky Garrett disagrees. She said in an email, although Mayor Fisher wants to blame their departures on low salaries, that is not why we're losing them. Everyone wants to work in a place where they are appreciated, supported, and treated with dignity and respect. Garrett said the Board of Aldermen is committed to making sure the city's department heads are given the authority they need to do their jobs. The rash of department heads leaving the city is very alarming, according to Alderman James Lott, who voiced concerns similar to Garrett's. He said in an email, I feel that every city employee, specifically the department heads, deserves to be able to work in a healthy, productive, and non-toxic work environment free from being ridiculed and disrespected. He said positive work environments cultivate creativity and initiative. And Lott said if this problem is to be fixed, everyone must be on board with fixing it. Fisher said a personnel policy that Garrett has proposed, instead of giving department heads the authority they need to do their jobs, as she put it, would have the opposite effect. Fisher said her personnel policy takes any and all control of the day-to-day operations from both the mayor and the department heads. And if people were resigning because of his management style, the mayor says they would have left for the same money instead of waiting for big pay raises elsewhere. Fisher says this board has talked about department head salaries but has taken no action. Some, he says, have expressed a belief that the department heads are paid more than enough. He said none of the departing employees mentioned any issues other than money and that their new employers initiated the discussions about changing jobs. Alderman Jim Martin said a responsibility like economic development director can become overwhelming when the employee is not permitted to take advantage of all of the city's resources. Martin said in an email, our past two economic development directors who have a huge and important task have not been allowed to confide in and request assistance and advice from aldermen. Martin said while some projects require confidentiality, board members have experience and contacts which could benefit the city's economic development efforts. And Alderman Chip Wilbanks emailed these comments, we are very sorry to see Daniel Lang leave. It would be inappropriate for members of the board to speak to the specifics of any particular person's reasons for leaving the employment of the city. However, the board has been looking into the reasons the city has had a hard time in keeping our department heads and is attempting to address those issues. Wilbanks said every time Clinton loses a department head, it causes a disruption in our city. And as to the impact of Lang's departure on pending economic development projects in Clinton, the mayor said,
I'm pretty much up to speed with what was going on. He'll leave me a list of things, and we'll start making those touches and then going through the process to find a replacement and keep moving from there.
While there has been some turnover lately, several other department heads in Clinton have had lengthy stints in their jobs. Russell Wall has been the city clerk since October of 2005. Community Development Director Roy Edwards was hired in February of 2013. Fort Heyman was named police chief in April of 2016, and Fire Chief Jeff Blackledge was promoted to his position in August of 2016. City Attorney Will Purdy was hired in October of 2019, and Philip Lilly has been Public Works Director since November of 2020. This is Randy Bell.